CDoc again.
Yo, 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 yo. It's Tuesday. It's an hour earlier, folks. Hour earlier. But as you know, it is CDoc again, Tuesday nights. And I have the man, the myth, the legend, as I like to call him, in the green room here. I can see him. He's listening to me. See what he's looking like. Yeah. And he's nodding his head. He's actually doing jumping jacks tonight, which is interesting. Oh, and I'm gonna have to ask him about the about his sweater there. But let's go ahead and bring him in. You all know him as CDoc. I know him as, well, my family knows him as David. He goes by many other monikers, but I am your featuring act, SoChuckified. But let's bring on the man with the plan, Mr. CDoc. What's up, dude?
What's happening, brother?
Oh, you know.
Coming with the buttery goodness.
I don't know if we got anybody out there tonight. We switched it up on them.
Yeah, jeez. It'll be a quiet episode. We'll just play beats all night.
It'll be Chuck asks CDoc anything. While I eat pretzels.
Well, that's fun. We've done that before. That's cool. We've done that when, nobody was around. So, just told stories.
Oh, Blake North's in the house. What's up?
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Ah, see? There's Flatline. What up, guys? Break North said he was going to be here. Hollywood said he was going to be here. So he's a man of his word.
I tell you what I've been appreciating about Hollywood is he is giving us an intimate look lately on Instagram.
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Posting all those selfies. That's what's up, dude.
Kevin Taylor, what up? What up, bro? We need to have Hollywood on the show.
Yeah, we should. We absolutely should.
Yep.
Why don't we get our people to call his people and make that happen?
Yes. People calling people.
I.e., that's me calling you Hollywood.
Yeah.
Is it Hollywood or Hollywood?
I think it's Hollywood, right?
Hollywood. It's spelled with a U.
Right. And he's Canadian, so maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know.
Eh? Is that what they say up there?
Yeah, Hoser.
Hoser, that's right.
Hull. Okay, so it is Hull. All right, that's what's up.
Hull. Hollywood.
Hollywood. Barry Lyndon in the house.
Shoe size 17, fave food, lasagna, best song, Flavor Flav, Unga Bunga.
Covering all the bases.
Yeah.
There you go.
This is the Ask Me Anything installment, CDoc. So maybe people are already like rolling in with some stuff.
Oh man, it's going to be interesting, right?
Kevin Taylor, what do you mean you aren't solo, Chuck? Like,
oh, he
Chuck
has a question. No, he has Chuck. He has a question.
No. Oh, got you.
Yeah. He has a question for the show.
What's this beat? I like this.
This I actually just mixed. Well, this is the instrumental for a song that I mixed earlier today.
Oh,
I'm not done with it, but yeah.
Can you talk about that song, or is it under wraps?
I don't know. Yeah, it's one of the new Chill Rob G joints. So I'll say that.
What? Chill Rob G?
Yeah, man.
Let's not get people all worked up.
Yeah, we were waiting on a guest spot, and the guest spot came through. Sent the vocals this morning. This record's great.
Oh, for real? So
yeah,
this is.
I don't know if I'm gonna allowed to say it or not, but there's only 13 people listening on here. So, but yeah, we got a little old school. Don't get too excited, but old school flavor unit reunion. So, like the OG flavor unit guys.
I think it's Flava Unit, actually.
Well, this was before they were Flavor Unit. They were Flavor Unit. I don't know.
See,
Maybe.
and that's why I love you, and that's what we're going to get into tonight. Is why I love you.
Maybe I'm just too white to say Flavor. I don't know.
No. You know more history than any person I know.
I know a lot of dumb stuff.
I wouldn't call it dumb, dude. Like,
well, no, I shouldn't say dumb. You're right. I know a lot of just weird, obscure stuff. I don't know, like, you say, hey, Doc, name the tracks on Michael Jackson's Thriller. I'd be like, yeah, I could do some of them, but
really, you can't do that. Try it.
I haven't.
Come on.
I know Thriller, Beat It, Billie Jean, TLC.
No, it's not TLC.
PYT. Sorry, I just listened to it the other day.
Fantastic track.
What's the one with McCartney? The Girl Is Mine.
The Girl Is Mine.
How many songs is that?
Not enough.
I know.
I'm very underwhelmed with your knowledge of Michael Jackson. I got to be honest.
Well, I always kind of preferred Off the Wall. The Thriller's cool. I listened to Thriller a lot when I was a kid. So.
Dude, Off the Wall is dope.
Off the Wall is dope, man. It is. It's
that's got my favorite Michael Jackson track on it.
Which is?
Try to guess if it's Off the Wall.
Try that. Oh, off of the. It's not the title track.
No. Mm-mm.
Rock With You.
No.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Rock With You? Really?
Yeah, that's my favorite Michael Jackson song.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, Barry Lyndon. Rick With You. Yes.
Rick With You. He just rickrolled you.
Don't stop till you get enough.
Yes, don't stop till you get enough. Hands down.
That's a good one.
There's
a story about that. There's a story about that song.
Do tell. We're in the What Up Doc, so come on. Come with it.
It has nothing to do with me. I heard it on Quest Live Supreme, but the guy,
but who cares?
The guy that I can't pronounce his last name, but he played keyboard and stuff for them. Greg Phillig, he's a world-class keyboard player. They got to start with Stevie Wonder. Did a bunch of stuff with the Jacksons, whatever. Anyway, Michael Jackson called him one night. They were working on Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. They said, called him to the studio. So we need a bridge. So Greg P did the he wrote that part. Okay. Put it in the song. Boom. There you go. And he said to Mike, does this mean I get a writer's credit? And Mike was like, yeah, sure. And Greg was like, oh, this is, I'll be a millionaire. I get a writer's credit and stuff like this. And then, so if you find the first 7-inch pressings of Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, it's credited to Michael Jackson and Greg P.
Huh.
But Mike's lawyers came back like a month later or something before the album came out. It was like, yeah, Mike says it's more like an arrangement thing, so you don't get publishing on it.
Wow. Good old music business doing what it does best.
Good old music business. So only on like the first pressings of the 45s does it have that writing credit. Everything else just says Mike Jacks. Not to speak ill of Mike Jacks, but
Yeah, absolutely. I love Mike Jacks.
There you go.
Well, if Mike P is
off the wall, yes.
Yeah.
What?
If Mike P is listening tonight, watching Mike.
Oh, Greg. Yeah,
Greg, Mike. It's one of those names. Like tonight, we had the kids in cross country. There's this guy. His name's I keep thinking it's Jeff or Chris or whatever, and it's Mark. It's one of those names. One of those like Barry. Barry's one of those names. Kevin's one of those names, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Like those kind of one. I mean, I guess your first name is just one word, but just kind of those very familiar. I have problems with.
Yep.
As an old man. By the way, it was good to see you this past weekend.
It was great, man. Great to see you. Thanks for bringing the family out to breakfast. And for those who don't know, I was in Chuck's neck of the woods this weekend for the holiday. Louisville.
Tell us what. Yeah. Say the say the city again.
I'm sorry. I didn't say. I say it like the rest of us say it. Louisville, but it's Louisville. Was it Louisville? Louisville. How you guys say it down there?
Louisville.
Rocco just calls it Al-Tucky. That's what he says.
Al-Tucky.
Yeah. He said, "We going to Al-Tucky?"
Oh my God.
Yes, we are.
Is Rocco making an appearance tonight?
No, he's in bed. He went to bed early, so he has school tomorrow.
Oh, gotcha.
But we will get him on the show.
Oh, absolutely. Kentucky Bourbon, Barry Lyndon knows what's up. That's what we do well here. Bourbon and horses and strip clubs.
Hey, and record stores. I got to hit up a couple of the record stores.
Oh, did you? Which ones did you go to?
So I went to, I got to look them up. I'm sorry. Underground Sounds and Better Days East.
Which ones you like best?
They were, but Underground Sounds, I wish I would have had more time because that's a true digging spot. You know, but so I did get.
Yeah, what'd you pick
Underground
up?
Sounds. I got this, which has one of the great break beats on it. Black Oak, Arkansas.
Black Oak, Arkansas. Never heard of it.
Yeah, so it's like a southern rock album, but it has a song called Hot and Nasty on it, and you would recognize the drums from Buck Wyland.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, Terminator X Buck Wyland. Dude, I love that track.
Yeah, man. That's one of my favorite drum breaks.
Yeah.
And then from the other spot, from Better Days East, I got BDP.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I've been looking for this. So
they usually have some good vinyl there.
Yes, I was impressed with their selection. Again, I didn't have enough time, and then I got this King T promo 12-inch.
Ooh, what's on it?
See that? Bust That Ass.
So,
yeah, it was only issued as issued as a promo. So that was a nice.
That's always a bonus. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Dude, what's your favorite King T track?
Oh, geez, that's a great question.
What's that hum? Do you have a hum?
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's the music thing. Is it gone? No.
If you have music on, I can't hear it as bad. So
there it goes.
It's a little better.
Something when this thing goes into sleep mode, it just makes a noise.
I think Barry Lyndon's the only one out here. Come on, y'all. Let's get some chat going because we're going to be asking CDoc's ass off tonight. Like, we're going to get inside that ass and find out everything about him.
That sounds terrible. Yeah,
it does. It really does.
Sounds awful.
He's going to put his tax records up here, like the whole thing. There's nothing off the table.
Well, see, Kevin Taylor comes out the gate.
Okay, what's he got?
With the question. You want to put it up? You can put the question up?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
A while back, shortly after Ecstasy passed, I heard there were talks about a possible Houdini project. Any info about what that was going to be? Yeah. Chuck was going to... I don't know the ins and outs, right? But I guess with Houdini, and I don't, again, I don't want to talk out of turn or anything, but I guess with Houdini, there was some little bit of, I don't know, bad blood or just disagreements or something. I guess that's why they hadn't really done much in a while. I can't say. I don't know. That's just kind of like what I heard from other third parties. But Chuck was going to reach out to them, and we were going to try to produce a new Houdini record. He wanted to reach out to them. And,
oh my word!
Yeah, and it was on the. He called me and we talked about it, and Flatline said there sure was, something.
That's unfortunate.
I don't know what it was. Yeah, but Chuck was gonna, make the call and reach out to the guys, and he said, so start thinking of Houdini beats, Doc, something like that. I was like,
no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure, right, whatsoever. So, and then unfortunately, Ecstasy passed. Yeah, I know, Kev. Full record. Yeah. We were going to try. We were going to ask, So that was one of the ideas. And unfortunately,
Dude, I think SpitSLAM's going to be the one that's going to bring all the old artists back.
Yo, man, I have no problem with that. I've got no problem with that whatsoever.
You're living your best life over here, dude. You get to produce for these like OGs. I mean, come on.
I'm saying, man, this is
I mean, Daddy O's giving you calls. Chuck D's giving you calls.
Yep. Talked to Chill Rob this morning.
How's he doing?
He's good, man. He's happy that we finally got the last verse. So I gotta finish a couple of mixes for his record, and then we'll go through it, figure it out. I talked to Mike G from the Jungle Brothers yesterday.
Really?
Yep. I gotta give
Sam a call. Yeah, rumor has it that maybe an original member of the Jungle Brothers might be on this very show.
Might be. Yep. Couple weeks we'll find out.
Mad urgency in the house. Myron, what's up, playa?
What's up, Myron? How you doing, man?
You know who's not on here yet, and I'm really hurt? It's JB.
Yeah, where's JB at? Oh, Hype Style.
Hype Style's here.
Regarding Mike Jacks, yes, big ups, Greg. Philin Gaines. I can't say it.
That is a very difficult name. Philin Gaines.
Yes. Yep. Get on the floor. Slept on track from Othwald. Yep. Bass from the brother. Yeah, from the Brothers Johnson. Yep.
Wow.
What? Big ups, Hype Style. Hype, you got to come on the show at some point too.
Dude, I think everybody in the chat pretty much needs to come on the show at some point.
Yeah, probably. We'll just have to get around to that.
Well, speaking of getting around to it, I told you I had some tricks up my proverbial sleeve today. So first of all, tell us what are you rocking over there? You look like you've got a holiday. You've already broken out the holiday sweater.
Yeah, I figured it was
nice.
I figured it was apropos since Turkey Day is over and everybody's gonna get into the Christmas madness now. So,
Strawberry Letter 23. Yeah.
Yeah, from Brothers Johnson, which was what's his name track? That was a cover.
Yeah. What was his name? Gosh dang it! I can see the album cover.
I know, right?
He's a dope guitarist.
Yeah. Come on, Hype. Give us the answer.
Yeah,
because we're blanking out right now.
Memphis Jelks in the house. SpitSLAM artist.
What up, Jelks? Well, speaking of people that are going to be on the show, that's a definite.
Oh, absolutely. He's gonna be rolling in from Bill Street. He's probably down there enjoying a hurricane as we speak.
Yeah. So Jelks will definitely be one of our upcoming guests.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk about his music and what he got going on.
Dude, Jelks is was it Lyrical Miracle 2 or is it Lyrical
Assassin? Lyrical Miracle 2.
Yeah, Lyrical Miracle 2 off Black Medine, dude. Or is that M-Rock? No, it's M-Rock. It's M-Rock.
Yep.
I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there.
It's all right. You had a busy day.
I ran tonight, y'all, because I can't stand to look at this gullet on screen every Tuesday. I'm getting there. My kids, here's why Doc, this is why I'm running.
Okay.
My kids think I can't do anything. Like tonight we're pulling up to the park, and we voluntold our kids that they're going to run in this running group.
Gotcha.
And they hate it. And they're good though. They're good runners. And so I rolled up with Jennifer tonight. And they're like, "What are you doing tonight?" I was like, "I'm running." And Ari was like, "Oh, I want to see this." Like, damn, dog. Like, come on. They don't think I can do anything.
Your kids are hilarious, man.
My kids are cold is what they are.
Yeah, well, that's just kids.
That's true.
Mara was saying, boy, Davey and Charlie really hit it off. So,
yeah.
Yep.
Barry Lyndon said Biggie never worried about no gullet. That's for
true.
sure. That's
That is
true. I
very
guess
true.
I should take that. Yeah. Of course, I'm not quite the lyricist, but thank you, Barry. I don't have that kind of style either. Um, all right, so let's roll into the next part of the show here.
Yeah.
This day in rap and hip hop history. I did not share it with you on purpose,
Okay.
but we are looking at, and I had to pull one from December 1st. Tomorrow is December 1st. This is taken from Chuck D's This Day in Rap and Hip Hop History, released on December 1st, 1998. Can you guess what it is?
No idea.
Really?
Yeah, I have no idea.
All right, let me throw it up here.
Wow. J5. That was it. Wow, December 1st, 1998.
Yes.
Nice. Word up.
Now we're going to get into the interesting part of this.
Yes.
We're going to do a little CDoc Trivia, it's a little Jeopardy action for you. We're going to see how many questions you might be able to answer.
See, it's going to be, I'm going to get all this stuff wrong, but go ahead.
That's all right. So, true or false, Jurassic 5, the self-titled album, was their first release.
I was not. False.
Okay, that is correct. Can you tell us what it was?
It's got a weird name. Revolution or something like that. It was a 12-inch, I believe. As Jurassic 5, I think that's right.
So, Wikipedia says otherwise. So,
okay,
take that for what it's worth.
Okay.
The previous year, they released an EP called EP.
Okay, well, yeah, Wikipedia is not quite right there.
See, this is why we've got this man. He knows everything. That's why I wanted to do this.
Because so this release right here is actually pretty much the same thing as the EP.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing, but I believe in overseas they threw a couple extra tracks on it, and then made it this version, the LP. Because I'm not exactly sure if this ever came out in the States. I think it was released only as an EP in the States, but there was a single, and now I got to look it up because.
So interestingly, the EP was released in '97 on Rumble Records.
Okay.
And yes, I'm reading from Crib Notes, y'all, because I don't have this depth of knowledge. But in '98, the self-titled debut album was released on Pan.
Yeah, so that's over in the UK, I believe.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So in '95, they released a 12-inch called Unified Revolution. That's what it is.
Okay.
So technically, that was their first release.
Okay. Yeah. Now, how long was this album? Do you know?
How long was the J5 one?
Yeah.
You mean runtime? I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have it. I've got it over in the stack somewhere, but yeah, I don't
20
know.
minutes. 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
All right. So they are a 6-man crew. I'll give you that much.
Yep. Yeah, it's called Jurassic 5.
Yes. Former members of 2 crews. Do you know what the crews' names are?
I don't remember, but yes, I knew that. There's a great, and for all those who haven't seen it, there's a great documentary about the Good Life Cafe that Ava DuVernay directed. It was on Netflix for the longest time, and it's all about that movement in the West Coast in LA and where all these guys came up. It's fantastic. It's one of the coolest hip hop docs I've seen. Yeah.
If DuVernay did it, it's dope.
Yeah, it was like, and did you know she used to be an MC?
Ava DuVernay?
Yes.
Really?
That's why she did the documentary, because she came up in that. She came up in the Good Life Cafe. Yeah, she was an MC. Yeah. Yeah.
So the crews were the Unity Committee.
Yes, that's right. Unity Committee.
And Rebels of Rhythm.
That makes sense. Unified Revolution then.
Right.
There you go.
So can you name the members of Jurassic 5?
No.
Can you name one?
Yeah, sure. Well, we did it. I got to produce a song with Black Medine and Akil from J5.
Akil. That's right.
Yep. So shout out to Akil, who really, rocked that track. And then everybody knows Charlie, and then New Mark and Cut Chemist. And I feel terrible that I don't know the other two members.
Well, I can let Kevin know that it's not Tupac. Mark 7.
Oh, Mark 7. Yes, right.
And Zakir.
Yeah, my bad, y'all. Sorry to J5 and all the J5 fans. What up, Kane Major in the place?
Kane Major in the house tonight.
Yeah.
Do you have the ability to pull up a track from this original? Actually, it's on, I think, let me look, on Spotify. Give me a second here.
Okay.
Because they don't have the original, of course.
I may have it ripped to the hard drive, so let me see.
There's a J5 Deluxe Edition. Do you know the track JU?
Yeah, I actually have a rip of the 12-inch. Hang on.
Dude, can you throw that on?
Yeah.
Oh my word, dude. It's the first time I heard this song tonight, which is sad.
When was the first time?
Tonight. For this show.
Well, hey,
here's the deal, dude. Like,
as I always say, better late than never.
Yeah. I mean, I like J5, but I'd never heard the song. Like, I'm a sucker for a flute.
Really?
Oh, yeah, dude. It just got that kind of, it reminds me of like blaxploitation films.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like that era. I love that era, man.
Yeah. Sure.
Dolomite, all that.
I gotta say real quick, shout out to CM, back like a crack addict. Yeah, bro. Glad to have you back in the house. And my homie Scumlip Nick, repping the Valley. What's up, bro? Glad you made it. Rise from Spit. That's what's up, man. Nick just DJ'd at this record store that's not too far from here, and every time he DJs, I'm out of town. I always miss it. So I swear the next time, I'm hoping I'm not out of town. I gotta come see you spin, Nick. So, but thanks for joining us tonight, gentlemen.
So the next part of this that it relates to this is why I wanted you to throw this on.
Yeah.
What is your favorite hip hop song that features flute? Can you think of any?
I'm trying to think of one.
There's a dude that has a playlist on Spotify that's all flute tracks that are hip hop.
Wow. Is it?
Maybe that's not interesting for you.
It's kind of obvious, but I always love Flute Loop by the Beastie Boys.
Right.
That might be my favorite.
Really?
Because it's really dope. And that's my favorite Beastie Boys album, Ill Communication.
Ill Communication is?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
I need to find this.
Yeah, Flute Loop. Barry Lyndon got it. CM says Beat Nuts off the books. That's good. Yeah, that's a good call. That's a dope sample.
Yes.
Yep.
That was in the playlist.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Damn it. Where was?
And this was in the playlist, I'm assuming?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
But I'm trying to there was another playlist that was even deeper than that this one. Let me see if I can find it.
So here's
I'm a
the
sucker
first
for flutes and horns, man. Like,
word up. Here's the first J5 song. Well, the instrumental one. Hype Style says Dr. Dre and Snoop, Little Ghetto Boy. Yeah.
Ooh,
that's a good call.
yes, Little Ghetto Boy. Yes.
Yep. Good call.
I know Doc's a huge Dre fan.
It's not that I'm not a Dre fan.
I know, dude. I'm just messing with you.
Barry Lyndon, the South, cunning linguist.
Yes, that's on there.
Okay. Nice. I mean, I guess there's probably only so many.
Well, there's more than you would think.
Okay, I believe that. Yeah, I believe that.
All right.
That's usually the case.
So what was the Beat Nuts off the books, right?
Off the
There's
books,
another It's Nothing by the Beat Nuts. Also Watch Out Now.
Yeah, Watch Out Now. Yeah, I like Watch Out Now. That's dope.
There's one by Jay Dilla, F the Police.
Oh, yeah. Shit, I love that joint. How'd I forget that? Because you don't think
What's
of that.
interesting is there are quite a few that feature Charlie Tuna from J5. No Time for Jokes.
Interesting.
With Percy P and Charlie Tuna. Trying to find some. Brand Nubian and Common, maybe one day.
I don't even know that song. Jeez.
Nori with Nothing. And I can tell you a little bit of SoChuckified history there with Nothing.
Okay.
I'm going to share my one and only, well, it was actually my second rap single. The only rapping I did back in the day was dragging hit 'em up style all my coworkers at all the corporate jobs I've had over the Nothing beat by the
Oh, that's
Neptune
fantastic.
for Nori.
Really about that.
I have to send that to you.
Please do.
Yeah. Brand Nubian, The Return. A couple of Razzcast. Oh yeah.
By no means do we encourage
Jay Dilla.
condone violence against law officials. It's for you. It's for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for my street niggas. Feel it. On the count of three, say fuck the police. 1, 2, 3, fuck the police. Yeah, fuck them.
Wow, flute hip hop. Dilated
Yeah,
Peoples
man.
This Way, Kevin Taylor. Thanks, Kevin.
That is on the playlist, Kevin. Yes.
I actually did a remix of that song once.
Did you really?
Yeah, I don't think we ever finished it, but we were gonna do a Impossible's bootleg remix
Nice.
of This Way. I think Marcus actually told Babu about it. I think so. I think he was talking to Babu online or something. Yeah.
Dude, there's a lot more than you think. Like, I was pleased. Have you? I'm sure you have heard of this group. Planet Asia.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's an MC.
All right, Golden State. That's one.
Yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately, as you can imagine, like Google is all about Future and Kendrick Lamar, Mask Off. That was like, everything about the flute. That's what came up.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Ooh, Ice Cube, Barry Lyndon. I wanted to say Who's the Max got some flute on it. That's one of my favorite tracks off America's Most Wanted.
Who's the Mac is crazy dope. It's got shout out to Son of Berserk, who does the voice of the Mac in that song.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
One of them motherfuckers are different.
That's him. Yeah.
That's what's up. Son of Berserk did that?
Yep. Son of Berserk.
Dude, that's why I love this show.
See, that's the kind of useless shit rattling around in my head. It comes in handy now.
Yeah. What are you drinking there? Water?
Yeah. Got my water, got my green tea. Trade off.
Man, this has been great. So let's move into. I had to do something with the flutes. I'm hoping that you're okay with me just kind of freestyling tonight.
That's cool. I do want to give a shout today. In 1999, Q-Tip released his first solo album, Amplified. That's what I had played. So, and I was really like that record. I thought it got a bad rap from the fans. And then yesterday was it yesterday or the day before? No, day before yesterday. Queen Latifah's first album back in '89.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
dude, what a dope album.
Yup. DJ Mark, the 45 King, KRS-One, Prince Paul, my dude Odad Daddy-O, all on the beats on that record. Good stuff.
Absolutely. So this is the moment that everyone has been waiting for. Actually, this is a good opportunity since you've got some PE tracks on to talk about one of our biggest sponsors. Yes, we have sponsors on this. The RSTVapp.com Rap Station Radio featuring one of the dopest live shows, And You Don't Stop, with the seminal Chuck D.
Yep.
As well as, I mean, that app is the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah,
if
man.
you're not downloaded that, take a moment to do that.
Yep. Good stuff.
I have to tell you this particular, RSTVapp.com. I have to tell you this song, I can't listen to that song because Food is a Machine Gun is like, it makes me feel horrible about myself.
Yeah.
Because they're talking about me. Oh man. I never want to talk to Chuck about my eating habits.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's why he did the song, let the people know.
I know, right?
Yeah, I know.
So this is the part of the show that we're going to go back to our regular layout here. And this is time to ask CDoc anything. This is the AMA portion of the show, y'all. Anything and everything. I will start. Let me break the ice.
Yes.
So you're gonna have to turn that track off, dude. It's making me seriously, because I'm hungry. All I've had are 4 pretzels, and I'm thinking, what fast food joint am I hitting up after this? And it's gonna be fast food. There's no doubt about it.
Well, it's the time of the day. Time of the night.
That time of the day. So give us a little background. How did you even get introduced or into hip hop?
I listened to a lot of different music growing up, you know. That was, you know, so there's music runs in the family. How
so?
So my grandfather played trombone for a lot of jazz bands. Tommy Dorsey was the most notable one. So he used to tour with the Tommy Dorsey band. And then my uncle taught music at the College of Worcester. He played trombone as well. My dad was in a rock band in high school. He was in 2 rock bands, and I guess the second one was pretty good. So, but they ended up all going to college, and that was the end of that. But yeah. So anyway, music. You know, there was always music in the house and radio, and I just listened to a lot of stuff. I listened to jazz, classical, rock. You know, I was born in '74, so coming up in '70s radio was a very formative experience. And then in the 80s, there was the British New Wave, and I listened to a lot of pop I listened to the radio a lot, and I bought records and tapes and stuff like that. But then, slightly embarrassing, but I heard the Super Bowl Shuffle by the Chicago Bears.
That's what I was digging for.
Yeah, and I was like, oh man, this is kind of terrible, but there's something something about it, something about it. And so there was that. And then, I grew up in the suburbs of Pittsburgh, so we were pretty far removed from NYC and LA. So we were it was just whatever was coming this way, music wise. And so then the next thing was like, then I heard Run DMC and Walk This Way. And I was like, this is cool too. It still hadn't quite hit me because it also felt like it was, it was more rock than rap. Looking back now, I can see why I thought that. But it was still great. It was still amazing. I'd watch the video on MTV and I'd be like, I love the stuff with Run DMC and Jay in the little room, and they're doing their thing. And anytime I went over to Aerosmith, I was like, no, go back to the other guys. I want to see that. I want to see that stuff. But I didn't really put two and two together. So it was just kind of like, okay, I didn't really know what it was. And then I was working for my dad. My dad was the golf pro. Oh, Brian. I saw Brian early on Instagram. Great to see you, B-Mac. Glad you came through. And there's questions coming in, Chuck, finally. So anyway.
Good.
But anyway, I was working for my dad. He worked at a golf course, and he had a couple of guys that worked for him. And the one guy was Jerry Strader was his name, and he was in charge of the bag room, the cart barn, for anybody that knows anything about golf stuff. So that's what I grew up around. And I walked into the cart barn, because I was cleaning stuff or whatever. And I heard this tape. And I'm like, yo, what is this? And I walked over to Jerry. I'm like, Jerry, what are you listening to? And he's like, oh, check it out. And it was Bigger and Deffer by LL Cool J. And he goes, you want to borrow it? And I said, yes, please. I need to have this in my life. So I took it home. I dubbed it. And for 2 weeks straight, I couldn't get past I'm Bad. Like, I would just listen to that, and I'd rewind it and listen to it again, and ad nauseum. I think I listened to the album a couple of times, but I kept going back to I'm Bad. And that was the one that really changed my life. And then a quick side note. So at the same time this was happening, my cousin John, shout out to Dels, was visiting with friends of his parents down in Florida. These people lived in Florida. And shout out to Mike Sandy. And so John was visiting Mike, and Mike was a little bit older than John, but Mike was already in. He was already full blown into hip hop, and he had just everything. He just bought everything, and he was living in Miami, so he had the bass stuff too, Two Live Crew and all the Skywalker stuff. But Mike's introduced John to a lot of stuff. So the next time I saw John, I was like, yo, I got this, LL Cool J. This shit is amazing. And then eventually John was like, he hit me up. One of the times we hung out, he's like, yo, I just got this. And it was By All Means Necessary, Boogie Down Productions. And then that was it. From there, I'm just like, all right, this is all I want to listen to all the time. And that was it.
Now, before I bring Brian's question in, because it gets a little bit further down the line, how did you get into, when did you decide that you wanted to become a producer?
Well, you mean professionally, or I just wanted to do it?
just to do it. Like what, when did you start making beats? When did you start, really dabbling in that?
So I wanted to rap first. I wanted to rhyme. And so I tried, and I was not very good, but I tried. And I shout out to Steve Schaefer, who was my first DJ, even though he didn't really, just kind of destroyed the turntable. But we were a two-man group called the Initializers, and that just didn't last. So but anyway, after that, the next thing was John and then my brother Jeff, my youngest brother, we became Triple Threat. And what we would do is we'd go to the record store and we'd buy the singles with the instrumentals on the B-sides. And then we'd bring it home and we'd play the instrumental on one tape deck. And then my mom had this boom box that had a little microphone on the top. And we'd play it and then we'd gather around it because we didn't have mics. And we'd gather around it and then rap, with the beat coming out of the speaker and just rhyme, and it would record into this boom box. And those were our first recordings. And I made artwork for it. I drew it. I actually have it somewhere.
I hope so.
Yeah. But I drew the artwork, and on the credits, I wrote produced by. My name at the time was Cool Master D. That was my first stage name. So produced by Cool Master D. Even though I just put it together, And then I met through my dude Keith Tassick, shout out Pimp Dr. K, a friend of mine from high school. He introduced me to this kid that had moved to our school, and his name was Sean Dwyer, and who went by DLX. And Sean was the first white Muslim I had ever encountered in my life. And Sean was doing Public Enemy. He was doing that shit. He was like, it was very conscious, militant music. And man, he had equipment and he had the beats. I mean, dude was just like a monster on the tracks, man. And so I got to hang out at his house and watch him, make music. He had a sampling keyboard. I forget which keyboard it was, but it was, this was 1990, and he had this sampling keyboard, and he had a 4-track, and it was like, this shit was like mind blowing. And he's like, so he's like, yeah, I know you can rap. Sean could rap his ass off. And he's like, but, I think I was the first person that was kind of taking it seriously that, he ran into in the area, because he had made a bunch of songs with these guys where he used to live. He was living in Michigan or something. And a lot of dudes, I think he was living in the hood in Michigan or something like that. And he gave me his tape. I gave him my tape, and then I heard his tape, and I was just like, oh man, please don't listen to my tape, because this because your tape is just, this shit is crazy. And so so anyway, Sean, I got to watch Sean work, and he took me under his wing, so to speak. And then we went to his sister was married to, this is such a weird story. His sister was married to a guy that ran a resort in Stowe, Vermont. And also in Stowe, Vermont, there was a guy, a very wealthy dude. His name was Dave. And who had a 24-track studio in his house.
Wow.
And I don't know what the deal was, but I guess Sean hooked up with him, and Dave said, I will bankroll some demos because you're a very talented kid. And shout out to Lane Gibson, who was the engineer up there. And so Sean said, look, man, I want to make a group. And he had this girlfriend, a long distance girlfriend. Her name was Laquanis Lorick. Shout out to Laquanis, wherever she may be. And she could sing her ass off. And he said, let's make a group. And you, me, and Laquanis. And I was like, okay, and we'll cut a demo. So one summer, the summer of 91, I went up to Vermont for a week and cut a demo in a real studio, and it was
Now,
just,
how old were you?
I was 17.
Wow,
Yeah, I was 17.
that's some big shit at 17.
It
Dude.
was, man. It was like crazy, you know. And it was dope, man. And Sean could cut and scratch, and it was just like, dude was so talented. He's no longer with us. Rest in peace, bro. But you know, but yeah. So that was, and once I kind of got to that level, I didn't have the equipment. But then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get the equipment. Somehow I'm gonna get the equipment. And eventually I got a little rack mount sampler. I got a 4-track. And I once I got the rack mount sampler, and I just started making beats, you know. And actually, real quick, I take that back. You guys, if anybody remembers, there was a Casio keyboard. It was called the SK1. Tirade and I joke about this all the time. We called it the Squun, and it was SK was sampling keyboard, and it was a sampling keyboard, and I had one of those. My grandmother I had two because my grandmother had one. And
that's a whole different story. Why you're a sampling keyboard?
She got it to practice playing because she wanted to learn how to play piano or something like that. Because her sister did, but for some
she
reason,
wasn't making beats.
No, she wasn't. I wish
okay.
That would have been amazing. Right. The old Polish lady making beats, but yeah. So I had the SK1, and I figured out that. Yeah, I figured out you could increase. It didn't. The sampling time was minuscule, so I figured out if you put your sample on a tape, and then put the tape on fast dub, so it would speed it up, and then you sampled that, and then you just played the lower keys on the SK1, you could get longer sampling time, and that's how I started like making all these real dusted, grungy loops. And yeah, it was yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
What's up, Shred? Word to my grandma. So yeah.
That's what so that to me, that shows the difference, like for you. Like you were figuring out how to kind of hack the keyboard, whereas I just got the casingles and rapped over the casingles, and that was it. Like I never was able to think through that. But
we had to figure it out, man, because we were doing that. I was already doing that stuff with the movies. We were making short films as kids, and I was there you go, Polish Hill Rap Squad. Word up. Was already doing it with the movies, trying to figure out how to edit on 2 VCRs. So it was kind of an extension of that, just trying to figure this stuff out.
So when did you get into like, all right, I'm doing this shit like for real?
It was always a hobby, man. Because even when I got the 4-track, I would make albums. I'd make albums. They're not good, but I would make them, and I'd make artwork for them. And we'd go to Kinko's. A friend of mine showed me how to go to Kinko's. What up, Yusef? Black Medina in the house. We go to Kinko's and make artwork, and I make tapes for my friends and give them out and stuff. And they had all the artwork and credits and stuff like that. Just because we were just, I don't know, I was just trying to do that. I enjoy doing it. That running SpitSLAM is an extension of that. I'm still doing the same thing, but now I'm doing it for real. So, and then it was, I don't know what the moment was, but it was just kind of like, I'm going to do this regardless. And then fast forward, I did a couple of lo-fi 4-track remixes of I did Chuck D's No, because it had the acapella on the single, and I did Give It Up because it had the acapella on the 12-inch, and then I gave it to Chuck when I met him, and then he said, I'm going to put this up on my Slam Jam site, and I was like, what the hell, man, that's crazy. And so yeah, there you go, Brian. It's my most defining moment project when you felt your career was really taking off. I mean, it's hard to say, but like I guess it felt official in 2000. It was 2 or 3 when I did a remix. I did a PE remix for Gotta Give the Peeps, and it got licensed for a TV show. And I got a check. I got a paycheck. You know? I got
What TV show was it?
It was one of those cop Third Watch, I think.
Interesting.
So in the opening of the show, this is hilarious too. How they used it. In the opening of the show, there's guys playing basketball on the court, and a dude's got a box, and it's playing my remix.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then one of the guys stabs the other guy because he tried to turn the remix off. So he tried to change the song. I thought that was hilarious.
That's fantastic.
Yep. I'm like, yes, somebody fought for it. But I gotta, you know, at the end of the day, because it was a remix and I didn't have publishing on it and so on and so forth. At the end of the day, I got a check for $500. And I was like, holy shit. And I sat down and watched TV, and there was my music in the TV show.
Yeah.
And so that was it. And we were doing the impossibles at that point. You know, we were already doing that, but that was fun. And we weren't getting paid for that. We were doing shows. We opened for PE in 2002 and, you know, or 3 or whatever it was. But we didn't get paid for those, but still there was a lot of like, we felt like the potential was there, but I finally like felt it when I saw the TV show and I got the check. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Now I understand.
Be an unbelievable feeling. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was crazy.
Here's another question that came in from your homie CM Lugo.
I always wondered what made you do the remixes off the Deadly Combo album, which ended up being its own EP. It was a wonderful surprise, but I never knew how you got involved. I loved it. And you guys put a couple acapellas on the singles. And I was just like, I was really digging it. And I'm just like, I don't know. You guys inspired me. And I was just like, I want to remix these. And so I just did it. And then I hit up Mike and I was like, on the Block Sonic label, shout out to MG. So, CM and his brother released this project called Deadly Combo. And I was checking out the Block Sonic label. I don't know if I had released anything yet. I'd done a couple remixes for MG. He had asked me to come through and do some remixes. And I may have put out the solo album, but I don't remember. But yeah, I heard the Deadly Combo project, and they put acapellas on the singles. So what's cool about Block Sonic is that not only they're a net label that release albums, but they not only do they release albums, they release EPs, they release maxi singles, and that's like a part of the culture of the label. That's why we do. One of the reasons we do maxi singles at SpitSLAM, because MG showed me like, oh, you can still do this. Like, it's still a thing. So yeah, man, I just heard the music. I thought it was dope. And I'm like, I want to put my own spin on this. And I dug up some beats, and then I had Mike hit you up and ask for a couple more acapellas, and then it just became its own thing. So quick side note about that project: Davey J loved one of those joints, and one of the first words he ever said was "fuck," because it's in the song. He was sitting on my lap and he had the headphones on. He's sitting there, and the one line I think is the fuck you expect. And so little baby Davey J is sitting there, and he's just like, "Fuck!" And I was like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, damn awesome. It. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, that was it, man. You guys inspired me, bro. CM joined us with the Bulls for our album. Everything has changed, nothing is different, and just a dope MC. He makes great music. I'm proud to work with him. So
that's what's up, dude.
Yeah.
So Davey was what, like 2-3 years old?
Yeah. He started talking early. You know, he started talking and speaking very clearly early, and then so sitting on my lap, I'll never forget that. Headphones on, and the fuck, that's what came out. Nothing else. I was like, oh, okay, great, nice work, Dave.
Cheese in the house.
Cheese, what up, son? Polluted by the decom track, damn it. Nah, man, he was such a huge fan of that joint. Oh my gosh, I gotta remember the it's the one with the Master Ace sample on it. Maybe you can remind me because I'm blanking out right now, or I'll look it up. But that was his favorite joint, and he used to want to listen to that shit all the time. So I was like, okay, well, I must have did something right if my kid wants to hear it, you know?
Yeah, and curse, yeah.
Yeah, you know, and curse, yeah. Like this. Yeah, that's it, like this. Do it like this, and we do it like that.
Like this. We did it like that, and now we do it like this.
Yeah, thank you, CM. Yeah,
we did it like that, and now we do it like this.
This is actually one of my favorites on the EP too. So there's the beat. Yeah. Great stuff. When was that? Holy smokes. I'm trying to remember. When the hell did we put this out?
We need some more questions for CDoc, y'all. I'm telling you. Ask whatever you want.
2014, so Davey would have been 3, yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Oh, Shred says, always dug your RHP remixes. Yeah, man, those were fun. Love remixing you guys. You guys have such a distinct style too, and so that was always fun. You know, getting a chance. They did a couple of RHP remixes, so yep, enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun doing remixes for Slam Jams and MG and Block Sonic. Yeah, man, I was impressed. CM said he's shocked how it came together, that EP. Yeah, because me too. It was just kind of a thing. I was like, yeah, why don't we just do this? What gear do you use to make beats? So
he said it was SK1 Break North.
Yep, SK1. Damn, man, I wish I had one of those still, just for that gritty lo-fi goodness. So since damn, man, 2003, I've been using Reason. A friend of mine, Rusty Skelding, shout out to Rusty, and Rusty hooked me up with a copy of Reason. He said, "Here, try this out." And because I was just using like weird stuff at the time, piecemeal, making beats on the computer. I still had my rack mount sampler, but that was a pain in the ass doing MIDI and all that stuff. So he hooked me up with Reason, and that just changed everything. So I did Slave Education on Reason. That was the first full album I did on Reason, and then I did Superman's Black in the Building on Reason, and I've been using it ever since. So I ain't new to this. What up? Did PE sign a multi-album deal on Def Jam? How was it working with the label? I don't think it was a multi-album deal, but Def Jam was still interested in doing more stuff with them. And but then there was a personnel change at Def Jam. So the people that were there when we did What You Gonna Do When the Grid Goes Down, they are no longer there. However, Chuck, Chuck has still got a good relationship with them, and there's a possibility of doing more stuff, I guess. We'll see, it's all up in the air right now. Working with them, that was interesting. That was my first major label experience. And I didn't really, I kind of had an idea what it was going to be like. But it was just a lot of paperwork, a lot of paperwork, and we had to be very thorough about everything. But the main thing was the paperwork, just so much paperwork. But it was cool. I had a good experience working with Def Jam on that record. Doc, can you reminisce on your visit to the Motown Hitsville studios with Marcus J back in 2016? Man, what a trip that was. So we met up. Public Enemy was on the Art of Rap tour with Ice-T and EPMD, and Naughty, all those guys, and they had a stop in Detroit. And Chuck was talking about he wanted to shoot a video. Didn't know what we were going to shoot a video for, but he wanted to shoot a video. So so it was going to be just one of those, up in the air things. And he's like, "You want to come up to Detroit?" I'm like, "Yep, I'll come on out." And I told Marcus, I'm like, "Hey, you want to go to Detroit, shoot a video with Chuck? We could shoot some Impossibles stuff too," and we did. And because we had just finished our most as of now the fourth Impossibles record, which is the Devils You Know. So I met Marcus we met at Hitsville, and we took the tour. They gave, Chuck, and shout out to his brother Eric E was there. And we went through, did the tour, and then we asked, "Hey, would you mind if we shot a music video out front with Chuck?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, sure, of course." And so we ended up doing the Big Willie joint. I
love it.
Free Big Willie, and from the Mr. Chuck album. And then what happened? Right. From there, Chuck was like, "Why don't you remix it? And we'll do Free Big Willie Part 3, and that's what the video can be for." And so that's what we did. But man, Marcus and I had a blast. If you watch that video, the Free Big Willie Part 3 video, you get to see a lot of the guys that were on tour. Curtis Blow's in there. Again, Pear Smith, Ice-T is in the video. It was super cool, man. And we had a great time, great day hanging out, and man, what a blast that was. Shout out to Marcus J, R.I.P. Miss that dude. Had so many we made a lot of great music together, and had some great trips together, and that was my guy. That was my brother. So yeah, it was cool. It was cool hype. We had a great time. And then we met you, and then we met up with you. That's right. Later on, afterwards, we went to, I think it was an Applebee's or something after the show. and I think it was this Hype Style. It was the EB fam, Hype Style. And I think Lord Kell was there. And then Melly Mel and them came, because they were on the tour too, came walking in, and they were across the way in the restaurant. It was like, whoever was touring with Mel at the time, we're like, "What the hell? Melly Mel's here?" So yeah, man, that was great trip. It was so much fun. Malachi, I thought Chuck was against the corporate record labels and his scam jams. Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, Applebee's, no doubt. Yeah, so no, Malachi, you're right. Back in the day, he had an issue with Def Scam. That's what he called him, Def Scam.
Def Scam.
Yeah, because he had an issue. wanted out of his contract, wasn't happy with what they were doing. He was trying to work within the polygram system, and he wanted to do this project. It was a mega mix of PE joints that Spacey B from the Spacey B project from the Terminator X album. Shout out to Spaceman. Spacey B did this project they called Bring the Noise 2000. And Chuck wanted to start a PE archive series through the Polygram system, through their archives label. And at the last, they had it, they did it, they pressed up promos, and it had a release date. And then at the last minute, Def Jam blocked it. And Chuck was like, yo, man, this is not cool. So yeah, that started some, that there was some other things too, some bad blood. It was just kind of going on, and he just wasn't happy in the system. And so he went independent for a number of years. But for what you're going to do when the grid goes down, they were looking to just get a little bit of a broader reach and fielded a bunch of different options. And Def Jam stepped up and said, hey, we're interested. And so it wasn't like the old days, because Def Jam is not what Def Jam was. It's a subsidiary Universal. And it's not the same label it was. But it was like, all right, well then what the hell? We'll put the record through there and it'll get it out and make a statement. And I think that was the thing at the time. It was making a statement, especially with the song State of the Union, STFU. Going into, and it was summer 2020, man. So crazy times. And what better way to make a statement to get back and get eyeballs on than Return to Def Jam. It was the story was part of the was a big part of the release of the album too. So, but Chuck loves to have options, man. That's why we have SpitSLAM. So if he wants to put some shit out, we just put it out. That's the beauty of it. So,
yeah, man, the Def Jam that we know and love is not this Def Jam.
It's not, and it's not an insult to.
No, not at all. It's just different.
It's different. Yeah, that's right. It's different. But like what Def Jam did in the 80s, kind of what we're trying to do now, in a way. So we're just trying to, aesthetic is a big thing, is important to us at SpitSLAM. And, that's where we're at with it. It's just a different kind of aesthetic. But yo, and real quick to Cheese, what up, Cheese? Glad you're in the house. Is the block committees out? Yes. I'm thinking about it the other day, bro. Yes, we have to do it. We already started it. We got to finish it. I gotta dig back in and sort it out. But yes, we got to do it by all means. So
I've got a question. How many projects do you have going on right now?
Oh God, I don't even want to try to count because I'll get lost. It's funny because being you probably know this, Chuck, being creative, the hardest thing is to not start something new before you finish the last thing. That's the hardest thing, because for some dumb reason and I will say, for some dumb reason on certain days, I want to do a new solo record. Not every day, but some certain days I'm like, I want to do a new solo record. Ain't nobody looking for a new solo record from me. It's like, come on, man. But I don't know. But yes, there are a lot of projects. I like that one of them is getting very close to completion, thank God. And then I got to jump back into Black Medine because we got the Black Medine Greatest Misses coming up. So, CM, what's the next film project you got coming and got brewing? So, for those who don't know, I'm also a filmmaker. And, so we're finishing up a film called Scam Likely. And I love that. Right? Great title, right?
Oh,
Shout out to
that's
Alex
fantastic.
A-Rod Brookins who came up with the title. So shout out to my partner Johnny Filmworks, my cousin John, and shout out to the cast and crew. And yeah, Scam Likely. I was editing it today, working on the edit. We have 1 day of shooting left, and then we'll have it wrapped. So we're close. It's coming together. Malachi, what is your 9 to 5? How is your biz structured? Oh, it's a mess. I work from home. I do this, and I do the music, and I do the film stuff, and I personally don't make enough money, but luckily my wife's got a decent job, and so I, try to take care of the other stuff when I can. I mean, sometimes being a musician, the checks are far and few between. Sometimes it happens like that. Sometimes you get a windfall. Other times you're just waiting on publishing. So, yeah. What up, Cheese? Heights Girl. That's right. Yeah, Heights Girl from a couple years back did very well for us. But what's Scam Likely about? Scam Likely is about a girl who is studying. She works at a diner, and she's studying to get her real estate license, and she gets an offer by these guys that say they work in that sector, and things go badly, and she gets into some trouble and have to figure out how to get out. Malachi, oh my God, your wife pays for it all. No, she doesn't pay for it all. She pays for most of it.
You picked up the check at breakfast the other day.
Huh?
You got the check at breakfast the other day, so I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, But I'm trying to. I got the thing I'm working on now. Finally, after all these years, there's the missus. Hi, babe.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Hi, hon. She's upstairs. The thing I'm working on right now is getting my publishing company together. So I'm trying to sort all those details out. But yeah. Yeah, get those all day. The Scam Likelies. Yeah, it was so funny, man. The day I went up for my first day directing and shooting on that film, I got the first call out of the day I got was a Scam Likely call. I was like, oh, well, that's very fitting. How about that? Yeah, very apropos.
You know what I love? I love the fact that your wife's supporting you. My wife was like, F this, I'm upstairs. Yeah. Mara, I love how you stand by your man, how you are so supportive.
Yep, she's
My
great.
My wife punched me in the throat and went to bed.
I don't think she punched you in the throat.
She's never, occasionally.
Occasionally? Okay. Shred Lex says, I love a CDoc solo joint. Well, there's one. There's one person. Thank you, Shred. I appreciate that. So, Scam Likely reminds me of the rich nympho bipolar lady I dated who ended up on 2020 for selling illegal Botox and myrrh. I'm glad you got out of that relationship. Yeah.
I think Mara wants you to end the show.
No, I think getting hit in the throat.
Yeah, I know what it was.
You're giving her the wrong ideas, man. Don't give her any of those ideas.
I'm not into that. I like to be choked. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. All right, the show just took a turn.
Yeah, man. Woo!
Yeah. So let's get back to the hip hop.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, we're coming up on, we got about 10 minutes left in the show. Why don't you talk a little bit about our guests next week and then even the following week? Let's get people hyped up because you've got some interesting folks on tap. Yeah.
So as long as everything, everybody said they were cool and as long as it goes through. So next week, we're going to be talking to Double D from the legendary Double D and Steinsky. If you guys don't know who that is, go look them up. They are hip-hop legends, practically invented cut and paste music, and your favorite DJs, were totally inspired by those guys. Shadow, Cut Chemist, all those guys. But we're going to be talking to Double D. Double D is an amazing dude, and they did Cheese knows the lessons. Yep. So yeah, started doing started off as they won a contest, and Tommy Boy pressed up a promo. They've been doing music all these years since the 80s, among other things. So we're going to get into that with Doug next week. Talk about his new release, The Craps Game. That just came out on green vinyl, beautiful green vinyl. We'll talk about that. And then the following week, as long as he is still cool, because he said to hit him up halfway through and remind him. But we should be talking to Mike G from the Jungle Brothers, another hip hop legend. And we're going to talk to him about some things, some music, some things, some history, and some other things coming up. And the JBs are all-time favorites of mine, man. In fact, Mara Tirade and I, the last concert we saw before COVID locked everybody down was the Jungle Brothers in KRS-One in Akron, Ohio. So.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that the JB was there, too.
Yeah, the JBs were there, man. They were so dope, bro.
Yeah.
So dope. And I feel like a slack ass because I never got to see them like back in the day. So that was actually my first JB's concert. Yeah, that I know. I hate to admit that, but it was amazing. They were so dope. I'm sitting there and they're going through song after song, and I'm like, oh my God, did I choose this playlist? Because they were like all like my favorite joints by them. And I'm just like, this is insane. So,
but
crazy.
Did they tour a lot back in the day? Because I don't ever remember seeing the JBs come through here.
So, I don't know.
Was it more like in that area? You know what I mean?
Good question. I'm now finding out in archives and things like that about all the shows that I missed. I found out about a show that I had no idea. It was LL Cool J, I think, and maybe De La Soul or something at the Civic Arena here in Pittsburgh, and Chuck showed up at the show and emceed the show. And I was like, what? I didn't even know that happened. I was like, what in the hell? And I asked him about it. He goes, oh, yeah, I was driving through town. LL told me to swing by. I was like, bro, this is 1990. And then like a month later, they came back and PE played. And I was there for that one. And PE, PE, Digital Underground, Heavy D, Chill Rob G was there.
Yeah. That was the same one that we had here in Louisville Gardens.
Did you go to that show?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yep. That was for Fear. That was for Fear, right?
It was for Fear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I couldn't get any of my friends to go. They were terrified of Public Enemy. It confounded me. Like I went, like that was the only rap show. I'm not lying, dude. Like we were holding hands in the audience. Like I was between two, like I would say probably like in their 40s, black women holding hands during the PE set, dude. It was dope. And none of my friends would go because they were pussies.
Yeah, my mom took me to that show. My mom took me and my cousin John and my brother Phil took us to that show.
Wow.
Yeah. Thanks, Nick. Thanks for swinging by. Malachi wanted to know, has the Bambaataa situation changed your view of KRS-One at all? It's so complicated, man. No, it hasn't changed my view of KRS, but I understand. It's tough because I understand where he's coming from, but at the same time, it's just like, oh, bro, because of Bambaataa and what happened and all the accusations and things like that. It's just,
ooh, I'm gonna have to read up on this. I don't know anything about it.
Oh, it's not good. It's not good.
Okay, so, I'll Google that shit.
Yeah, it's not good. So, but KRS, is kind of still defended Bambaataa, and But Daddy, if you heard the joint we did with Daddy O, Daddy O's stance on it.
Yeah.
If you listen back to it, he makes it very clear. So, but I mean, I ain't gonna tell Karis what to think. So,
Right.
I can't. So,
no. So let's go back to that PE show. One of the things that I remember now that I'm older and understanding what I saw back then, right?
Yeah.
When we saw Digital Underground, we saw Tupac. We didn't really realize it, but Tupac was there.
You know who else was there?
That's insane.
You know who else was probably there? I'm guessing, but I'm guessing he was also there. Puffy was there because he was working for Heavy D.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I know your love of Puffy, so I'm sure that.
But I always thought it was funny that Puff and Pac were at that show.
Yeah, damn, that's crazy.
Do you remember the bit that Digital Underground did in their set? It was Who's That Rapper? Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Where they do parts of the songs by other rappers at the time, and then they'd hold up these big cardboard faces.
The cardboard signs.
Yeah, cardboard signs and like Ice Cube and that shit was so dope, man.
I think the thing that I remember about the Digital Underground set were the blow-up dolls more than anything for freaks of the industry.
For freaks of the industry, yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. I love that fucking track.
Oh yeah, it's just amazing.
Yeah, man. So I don't know how many times I've used that one. Anyway.
At the Pittsburgh shows, somebody stole Chuck's Raiders jacket. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that was the infamous thing. Yeah.
No, speaking of jackets, when I met you, that was the day that I tried to purchase the Public Enemy tour jacket from Professor Griff.
Yeah, the 20-year one. I should give you mine. It would probably fit you.
Oh shit, dude! I'll buy it from you. What are you talking about?
I did. Yeah, DJ Fuse and the.
It wouldn't fit me. What are you like a youth medium?
Chuck gave me his, and it's like I swim in it. So
really,
yeah,
yeah.
Chuck
my 50th birthday is coming up at the end of the month. I'm just saying.
Okay, you might get a birthday present. Birthday/Christmas present, homie.
Oh man,
you might get one.
Oh my god! Well, this has been a fantastic show, dude.
Yeah, this was fun. Yeah. This was fun.
I love it when
some good questions.
The funny part about it is most of these dudes on here know you, so it's not like
I know.
But I will talk to the people that know you. Share this link and share this show early and often because we really want to build this shit up, y'all.
Yeah.
And, we really want to have you all on the show, too, because, I mean, it's all about sharing the love. Like, it's not about just, keeping it all in one corner.
Yeah, be easy, serious, Biz. Thank you. Thank you for swinging by again. Yeah, I know, man. We have fun, and I love chopping it up with you and chopping it up with all the people and our guests when we have them and stuff. It's a good time. I'm glad we have the opportunity to do this and talk hip hop, talk shop. So, and
absolutely.
Malachi,
so, what are you thinking about
each show you release? Oh yeah, right. The future.
So what are y'all thinking about the 8:30 start time? What, you think we should keep it? You pump it or dump it?
Yeah.
8:30. Y'all weigh in real quick in the comments. 8:30 or 9:30? What do y'all think?
Let us know.
Let us know because we've struggled with this all week. None of us got any sleep over the whole week.
Kevin said I had to step away for most of tonight's show, but I'll be playing it at work tomorrow. Okay. Well,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what's dope. Up, Kevin.
It'll be good.
Absolutely.
It'll definitely be, I think it'll definitely be 8:30 next week.
Okay.
For Double D, just to accommodate his schedule. So
okay.
Greg North.
Well, let's keep it at 8:30 for now and see what happens.
Yeah. That's cool. Works for me. Mara got the kids in bed, so it was.
Oh, that's good.
It was good here.
Yeah, well, we know what's up now. So you'll be working. Yep. Sorry, Mara. Break North Lake's 8:30. Mad Urgency 8:30. That's enough for me.
Okay.
Kevin Taylor's on West Coast, so either works with me. Mountain time, yeah. So 8:30.
Yeah. Okay.
Sweet. All right. So 8:30. I think they're pumping it.
Yeah.
I hear y'all, man. I'm old as fuck. Like 9:30. I'm like, God damn, it feels like it's midnight.
I know. I got no problem. I got no problem rapping at 10 instead of 11. So.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, Mara's saying she's used to it. I don't know what that means, but I think that's code. That's code. We'll get him up there, Mara. Get the rubber sheets. I'm kidding. No, seriously though. It's been a good show. Thanks everybody for showing up.
Yep. Thanks for coming through. Thank you, SoChuckified.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I'm just blessed to be here. So I appreciate the opportunity and just meeting all these dope dudes and chicks, man. Like the community is real, and that's what I love about hip hop, man.
Yep. It's a beautiful thing.
I know. I'm a yeah. Anyway, I'm kind of like the Flavor Flav of the group, so take that for what it's worth.
Love of Puffy. I'm gonna use that Humpty dance as a trance. Do the hump. Yep, it is midnight.
I don't know what Barry's taken over there, but Barry has been all over the board tonight. So Barry, I wish you good luck and Godspeed tonight, dude. I hope that trip comes down for you.
Peace, Hype Style. Thanks for tuning in, bro. As always, and join us. K Major, peace. Join us next week for Double D. We'll have We'll do it again.
All right. Till next time we meet again. Peace out, yo.
It's CDoc again.